Alright, September 4th, first day of the NFL season. There was some delay, just walked through Harris. I don't know what the delay was, but it says warm-up start in a few minutes, play resumes in about 20 minutes. Eagles are up in the third quarter. Anyway, I'm gonna go play Aria. I think that keeps the streak alive for playing a different place in Vegas every time I've played since the Orleans Summer Series started. So, gotta walk there first. Alright, lights turning yellow. I'm going soon, but give you a shout out. This guy decided to go through a red, other people aren't. No, you're not going. Shout out to Ben. We met on the sidewalk outside PH. Shout out to Maria. We actually played years ago. Maria, one of those. We played years ago at MGM. She was playing the tournaments in PH this week, and wearing the Bumgarner jersey. And I didn't get his name. I was at In-N-Out Burger on the Link Promenade yesterday, and I was talking to a guy for a couple minutes. Never told me his name, but nice to meet everyone. Caught up on the shout-outs. Still walking south towards Aria. I'm on the list. Alright, in Aria, before I get my seat, gotta check out what the seasonal slice is at Moneyline Pizza, and then I'll get a seat, then I'll be playing poker. Alright, weak slice, there it is. Well, for one, I wouldn't get it because of the ragut, not my favorite cheese, but also the sign says meatballs. There are no meatballs to be seen on that pizza, so don't want to buy something with an inaccurate sign anyway. Probably wasn't getting pizza today anyway, but wanted to check it out. Now I'm gonna play. Alright, while I go play poker at Aria, giving you this insert, giving you an update on travel in the near future. So I took the trip to Reno, pretty expensive. If you read the newsletter, you'll see how much it cost. I do have one more trip like that planned. It's gonna happen. But those trips that involve more than one day and flights are pretty expensive. There's no way around it. So a lot of the trips in the near future are either going to be one-day trips with flights, like I did to San Francisco, like I did to Oakland for the baseball game and a few other things, like I did to Denver for the baseball game and for that lunch at that barbecue spot, or multi-day trips that don't involve flights, like when I went to California a few weeks ago. 3 nights, right? But didn't involve the flights. See, when it involves the flights, not only do you have to pay for the flights, which could be cheap sometimes. I think $20 was the least I ever spent on a flight, but when it's a flight and multi-days, I can't get that cheap ticket. I need at least a carry-on because I'm going to need like clothes and stuff for a few days. So the ticket's expensive, and then getting around for days is expensive. I took 4 rides while I was in Reno that were saved time, but they were expensive. I could have walked, but I didn't. I saved time and paid the money, but don't want to do that all the time. And yeah, might have to rent a car. I've looked into it, haven't done it yet, but that would be expensive also. So road trip means I have my car with me, and no flights. I could take whatever I want in the car, don't have to add on carry-ons and things like that to the plane tickets, or a plane ticket where I just have my pack and that's it, which is what I did San Fran, Oakland, and Denver. So I did have a lot of places planned, and I'm gonna hold off on all the places that would require 2 flights and more than 1 day, like an overnight visit with flights. So still have a lot of places planned that I could either drive to or fly there, do something, may include poker, may not, and then fly back same day. I like those trips. Travel light, it's quick. Flights from Vegas to plenty of cities that are within like, I don't know, 2-hour flight time. Can be pretty cheap, especially on Frontier, sometimes other airlines. So that's what I got planned. In the near future, I am trying to travel at least twice per month. Not really leaving Vegas as like a base for the foreseeable future, but trying to take a lot of trips for the entertainment purposes for the channel. So I got some things planned and keeping you up to date. Don't think Milwaukee's gonna happen, that's too far. Don't think Black Hawk was the big one. I'd have to fly into Denver, rent a car, and drive there, and then I would stay for 2-3 nights. But there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of expensive parts to it. So that's the big one that is gonna be not urgent, I'll put it, to go there. Do plan on going there eventually. I have been there once in my life. It was before the channel, but haven't been there since the channel started. A lot of people tell me about it, and yeah, that's not going to be in the near future, but still planning on 2 trips every month. One weekend, one of my weekends, go somewhere, next weekend relax in town, and alternate like that. That's the plan for the next few months. All right, played Aria, finished. Don't know if I said I was staying on the strip for a couple days on my off days. Really not worth it to say more about the travel. I remember my first, well, like 21 days at this new address. There were like 15 I spent elsewhere. Some of them were on the strip. Really not worth it for a few days. If I ever have like an entire week off, maybe. But for just a few days, the electronics and the clothes and everything I need to bring, and then I don't bring my cooking stuff, and I overpaid to eat on the strip. I mean, In-N-Out is good, but I can make that for cheaper in my kitchen, so whatever. Probably not doing this much anymore. Trips, yeah, just staying on the strip, even if the rates are practically free. Really not worth it. Aria, okay, I might have used this picture in the thumbnail, I haven't decided yet, but this was a hand that the woman on my right played, Laurel. She played a lot of events at Orleans this summer, and we were at the same cash table today. This hand made me think of the hand I actually want to tell you about. There was a large bet and a large raise on the turn, and then a card was shown during the hand, which most places is allowed heads up, and then it made me think of this hand. I don't know how this guy pulled this off at Planet Hollywood the other day. River card is out. River action. One guy bets 25, the other guy check raises all in. Yeah, the amounts weren't huge, but still. The bet was 25, the all in was for 83. So the guy who had bet the 25 and now is facing the all in is thinking for a while. He's trying to get the other guy to talk. He's talking to himself. He says, "If I show, will you show?" And the guy said something close to yeah. So the guy facing the bet shows his cards. He has bottom 2 pair. Pretty weak, you know, he loses to any other 2 pair, any 3 of a kind. Straight was possible, flush was possible. Yeah, not the strongest hand. And yeah, river check raise, pretty strong. It seemed like he was leaning towards fold, is the point. But he doesn't decide yet. He keeps talking to the guy. He goes, you said you'd show if I showed. He goes, yeah, well, you know, if you call, I'll definitely show, yeah. Okay, I thought you were gonna fold, you know. If you said fold and showed your cards, I was gonna show mine. I'm not showing you during the hand. So they keep talking, and the guy who had gone all in shows 1 while action is still pending. And he shows top pair. All right, you really can't tell much from this, because the other card is nothing, then the bottom 2 is ahead. If the other card at all connects with the board, then the bottom 2 is losing. So didn't really get a ton of information from that. But the guy facing the all-in keeps talking and somehow convinces the guy who went all in to show his second card. He flips the second card, and the second card was nothing. The second card was just kicker. So now the guy with bottom 2 can see that he's ahead. So he says call, and all 4 cards are face up, and bottom 2 won. I don't know how he pulled that off. Mastermind that guy was in seat 6, that he got the other guy to show both cards when the other guy's cards were behind. Sometimes if they're just like having a good time, the guy ahead will say, here, I'll do you a favor, I'll show. You're behind. Never seen someone show both cards when he was losing. But seat 6 got the other guy to show both, one at a time, pretty spread out. And then had the very easy call, seeing the cards, knowing he was ahead, and he won that hand. Yeah, that was an interesting table. Also want to mention that Planet Hollywood, so 3 nights a week, 24/7, doesn't close. 4 nights a week, closes at 2. It's not a hard 2 a.m. anymore. It had been, it's not anymore. The floor can stay open until 4. So if there are 2 full games, or even like 7-handed, if there are 2 pretty strong tables, probably staying open. Thing is, you don't really say in advance. Like there was one day, I think we had 3 tables at 2 a.m. So at the time, the decision was we're staying open, and if all this keeps up, we'll stay open till 4. That's the latest we could stay open. and then like a half hour later at like 2:30, like one game was already done, another was falling apart, and the other wasn't full anymore. So like the first decision is like, yes, we're staying open past 2 a.m. and then it's kind of like very dependent on what's going on the tables. It's not just like, yes, we're open till 4. No, it's like, yes, we're staying open past 2 and we'll see how long. Usually if games really start falling apart, when the decision is made, yeah, we're not staying open anymore, we finish the half hour because it's 24/7. If the room is open, the high hand's going on. So say things are really breaking down and it's like 2:41, well, a high hand period is we're 11 minutes in to the 2:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. high hand period. So we would finish the half hour, let the high hand period totally play out, whether some hand is on the board or not. People have been playing, they're into that high hand period. We let them finish that high hand period. So whenever the decision is made, either next 30 minutes or on the hour, that's when we close. It's really in flux, but the floor has a judgment call to make to stay open later than 2. So that's it. Today was my second day off of 3. Tomorrow. Okay, so for me it's tomorrow. I'm filming tomorrow, I'm doing it tomorrow. I don't know if it will be the next video that gets published after this video. Something really fun. I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I expect it to be a ton of fun. I'm gonna do something I've never done before and possibly something I've only done twice on the channel. Three times? I think only 3 times I've done it on the channel. Anyway, you'll see tomorrow. So today, played Aria. A lot of tables were going. My table was all right. The 5 seed was making the entire game. Once he left, the table was nothing. But yeah, 10 tables of just 1-3 were going in Aria. Real busy over there. So yeah, went out, played a little bit, went to In-N-Out Burger, and now I am actually going to head to Winco before I head back to the address. And remember, rice is a spoon food.